Welcome to Studying with KJ. Today, we'll be going over the introduction to evaluating square roots. Now, before we get into solving some example problems, we must first understand the definition of a square root, and I have that definition written below. So, the square root of a number is obtained by finding a number that when squared gives the original number. So, if we look below our definition, I have an example, and that example shows a visual of our definition. So as you can see, we have 2 and 4. Now, in order to truly understand how to square root a number, we must first understand how to square a number. So one way to get from 2 to 4 is by squaring 2 or raising 2 to the power of 2. So anytime you square a number or raise a number to the power of 2, you're just multiplying that number by itself, as you can see here. So 2 squared is equal to 2 times 2, which gives you 4. Now, in order for us to get from 4 back to 2, we have to square root 4. So, when you square root 4, it gives you 2, because if you look back at our definition, the square root of a number is obtained by finding a number that when squared gives the original number. So we know that when we square root 4, it gives us 2, because we know that 2 squared, or 2 raised to the power of 2, gives us 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. So it's important to know that when you square root a number, that's the opposite or the inverse of squaring a number. So now that we have that out the way, we can get into our example problems. So our first example problem is, what is the square root of 9? So in order to find the square root of 9, we have to think of what number multiplied by itself or what number squared gives us 9. So if you think real hard, you'll end up finding out that 3 squared, which is equal to 3 times 3, is equal to 9. So that means that the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 squared gives us 9. So now that we have that out the way, we can get to our example problem 2. Our example problem 2 reads, what is the square root of 49? So in order to find the square root of 49, we must think of what number squared or what number multiplied by itself gives us 49. And that number is 7. 7 squared, because 7 squared is equal to 7 times 7. Is equals to 49. So that means that the square root of 49 is 7. So that concludes today's lesson. Remember, the more you go over these type of problems, the better you'll get. And thanks for studying with KJ.